The Beach Park, Illinois man who was convicted of shooting and killing a 23-year-old in Macomb more than 3 years ago will spend 60 years behind bars.
26-year-old Dylan Lovato was sentenced today. WGEM's Dylan Smith has been following the case, and he was in court today.
Yes, entering today's hearing, we were just shy of 3 years and 1 month since police first responded here to the 400 block of North Charles Street, just steps off WIU's campus. Special Assistant Prosecutor Susan Maxwell tells me, quote, "This was the clearly most premeditated execution she's seen or prosecuted in her 20-plus years in law." Lovato was eligible for up to 85 years. That's 60 years for first-degree murder and 25 years with the firearm enhancement. Maxwell did ask for the maximum. Each of the four who gave victim impact statements asked for the same. They described the victim, 23-year-old Ivan Almanza, as a bright kid with a bright future. They said he had aspirations to become a registered nurse. Lovato's sentence of 60 years isn't the maximum, but Maxwell does believe it's fair.
I know that Judge Benson put a lot of thought and reasoning into her sentence. I do believe that 60 years is fair and will constitute the majority, if not the entirety, of Dylan Lovato's life.
Benson said she would have imposed a 60-year sentence even without the firearm enhancement. But after over 3 years in the making, this one is finally in the books. There's plenty more about today's proceedings on our website, WGEM.com. In Macomb, I'm Dylan Smith.
All right, thank you, Dylan. And prosecutors say Lovato traveled from the Chicago suburbs to Macomb overnight. He pre-confessed to the murder to a friend and then shot Almanza at point-blank range. Prosecutors say the two guns he used were his family's and were locked in a gun safe.